I wish him the best at the coach thing. He always was a ball player, so it's second nature to him. So maybe that's, where he's supposed to.
Master P just made a bold career move. He is the same man who built a $480 million empire from nothing, sold over 100 million records, but eventually faced bankruptcy. We all thought his retirement was simply meant to let him rest. But his recent interview tells a different story. The downfall, the family pain, and the smoke. By the time Y2K hit, Master P was sitting on top of an empire most folks could only dream about. But underneath all that gold and tank logos, cracks were starting to form. The same strategy that made No Limit unstoppable, flooding the market with release after release, was starting to show diminishing returns. The constant retirement threats that Master P was throwing out publicly started alienating fans who didn't know whether to invest emotionally in an artist who might dip at any moment. The balancing act between that hardcore street sound and family-friendly pivots, like putting his son Lil Romeo on, created an identity crisis that the market struggled to figure out. Then the legal drama started piling up. The roster that had once been a brotherhood started splintering. Artists bounced, lawsuits stacked up, and in 2003, No Limit Records filed for bankruptcy. A wild fall for what had been just 5 years earlier one of the most profitable entities in all of music. But the business troubles, as devastating as they were, ain't have nothing on the personal tragedies that would test Master P.'s spirit in ways that no amount of bread could ever protect him from. The pain started early, like we talked about with the 1990 murder of his brother Kevin. But that was just the beginning of a lifetime marked by loss that would break most people. His brother Corey Miller, known to the streets as C. Murder, got locked up in 2002 for murder, a conviction that Master P has disputed and fought against for over 2 decades. The weight of watching his own blood languish behind bars while he himself was achieving unprecedented success created a burden that few could truly understand. Master P has continued advocating for C. Murder's release, including organizing protests in 2020 that brought national attention to the case. Then in May 2022, the unthinkable happened. His daughter Tatiana Miller passed away at just 29 years old from an accidental fentanyl overdose. She had been fighting addiction and mental health issues. Struggles that happen behind closed doors in families at every income level, but which carry a particular weight when the whole world is watching your every move. Master P didn't hide from this tragedy. Instead, he spoke on it openly, advocating publicly. Mental illness and substance abuse is a real issue that we can't be afraid to talk about. In 2025 interviews, he reflected on honoring Tatiana through family unity and reconciliation, particularly with his son Romeo Miller, formerly known as Lil Romeo, emphasizing the importance of better communication as a father. His marriage also crumbled under all that pressure. After 24 years together, he and his ex-wife Sonia C. divorced, with Master P later revealing that he had all of her problems during the marriage. The facade of perfection that fame demands had taken its toll on the most intimate parts of his life. While Master P was battling these personal demons, there was another tension cooking that dated back decades. His complicated situation with Brian Birdman Williams and Cash Money Records. This wasn't your typical hip-hop beef with diss tracks and shots fired on wax. This was something deeper, more laid, rooted in the very streets of New Orleans where both these bosses came up. Master P repped the Third Ward's Collier Projects, while Birdman came up in Uptown's Magnolia, in a city where project loyalty meant everything. These two titans lived right up the street from each other, yet occupied entirely different worlds. As Birdman explained in interviews, we from 2 different projects, so it just didn't ever mix. We ain't never had no beef. Ain't nobody dead, but we just never vibed. But underneath that surface-level explanation, there was some darker stuff going on. Birdman's brother, Terrence Gangster Williams, linked to over 40 bodies, was accused of killing Master P.'s cousin, Randall Collier Slim Watts. Williams has denied this, but the whispers of guilt by association combined with the earlier murder of Master's brother Kevin hardened the lines between these two camps for good. Then there's the business smoke. As Cash Money was blowing up in the late 90s with 400 Degrees and the Hot Boys, Birdman was shopping for a game-changing distribution deal. He almost locked in with Priority Records, the same company that had propelled No Limit to the stratosphere. But according to Birdman, that deal fell through because of Master P. Birdman claimed in a 2025 No Chill interview that Master P told Priority executives, "If you'll sign them, you can't sign nobody else from the South." This allegedly forced Cash Money into their Universal joint venture, a deal that brought fame, but also sparked years of internal lawsuits, including Lil Wayne's infamous 2015 split over royalties. Master P has downplayed these accusations, framing it as competition rather than sabotage. We never tried to destroy each other. The younger generation needs to take notes. For years, the culture dreamed of seeing these two New Orleans legends share a stage. And on October 25th, 2025, it finally went down. The Cash Money vs. No Limit versus at ComplexCon, marketed as a celebration of Nola unity, the stage was set for reconciliation. Snoop Dogg, reunited with Master P Juvenile, was rocking alongside Mia X. For a moment, it looked like decades of tension might finally dissolve into mutual respect, but old vibes got a way of crashing parties. Feel me? During the battle, Birdman launched into a rant about absent former Hot Boy member Turk, then started throwing shade at broader disloyalty with his eyes locked firmly on Master P.'s side of the stage. The tension in the room was thick. And then came the moment that broke the internet.
Give it to Birdman. He started that stunt. You know I started that stunt. But guess what? I was uptown too, and
That was Master P.'s clapback delivered with the perfect timing of an OG who had been waiting decades to say them words.
It was the perfect
Bro,
yeah.
like right there watching y'all, and I heard him, and then when you came out after the song ended and said it, I thought to myself, because I could see the crowd go bout it.
Yeah, it remind me of like one of my uncles that they just gonna say whatever. Yeah. That's just a New Orleans thing. So I ain't really take it, but I'm like, bro, I've been out here already. You know what I'm saying? You started that, or the name of that stunting, but me for as body, this is what I started. And I, we come from that. We come from uptown, Third Ward, Cali, They come from the Magnolia. And that's.
After that exchange, Master P did something unexpected. He crossed the stage to offer Birdman a DAP and a salute. Was it a genuine truce or just two old warriors acknowledging each other before retreating to their separate corners? Post-event, Master P took the high road. I knew him from day one. We have that much respect. But the streets on social media noticed that Birdman dipped quick after the DAP, fueling theories that still beef in the air and that Birdman avoided Lil Wayne's no-show, blamed on tour obligations. But Suze, given his ongoing royalties beef with Birdman, added more shade to the whole situation. Through bankruptcy, family tragedy, divorce, and decadesal-long regional tension, Master P never stopped moving. Even as No Limit crumbled, he was already building the next thing. He launched Good Term Music in 2005 with his son Romeo. Then No Limit Forever in 2010. He diversified into acting, appearing in films like Foolish and producing the sitcom Romeo that ran from 2003 to 2006. He got into professional basketball, not as a player this time, but as a coach and mentor, developing AAU stars like DeMar DeRozan. In 2013, he hit a milestone that validated his entire journey. Master P became the first hip-hop artist inducted into the Louisiana Music Hall of Fame. His business empire expanded beyond music into Uncle P.S. Spice brand, real estate through PM Properties, managing over 100 units, energy drinks, and even partial ownership of wrestling promotion House of Glory. In 2021, Lincoln University blessed him with an honorary doctorate, recognition of a man who proved that street knowledge and book knowledge could coexist in the same visionary mind. The question wasn't whether Master P could survive in them all. It was, what's this man going to do next? The final bow and a whole new chapter. On July 6, 2025, something went down that marked the end of an era and the beginning of something entirely new. At the Essence Festival of Culture in New Orleans, Master P hit the stage for what he announced would be his farewell performance after nearly 4 decades in the rap game. The event featured a No Limit record showcase with artists like Silk the Shocker, Drew Hill, and Carrie Hilson, a reunion that served as both celebration and closure. His explanation for stepping away was real talk. I'm growing to another level. There's a lot of negative stuff going on in hip-hop, and people don't want to talk about the positive things. This wasn't a retirement born of defeat or being washed. This was Master P recognizing that his purpose had evolved, that there were bigger battles and chart positions and album sales waiting for him to fight. Young Bleed, a former No Limit soldier who put in work during the label's peak years, reflected on the retirement news.
I didn't know it till late. At the end of the day, to each his own. You know, maybe he had a point to where, you know, he felt like he did enough. And I remember this in the beginning, you know, it's actually like the second retirement. I think he retired semi after the last done in the beginning.
Yeah.
And came back. So you never know what's going on with people personally and what's the reason for the season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. You know, salute P y'all.
And that's exactly where Master P decided he was supposed to be. In early 2025, Percy Miller got appointed as the president of basketball operations and head coach for the University of New Orleans Privateers men's basketball team. It was a full circle moment for a dude who once had NBA dreams before life took him down a different lane. Under his leadership, now known simply as Coach P, the program has gone through a complete transformation. He recruited 13 new players for the 202,526 season. He oversaw facility upgrades, including a renovated locker room, practice gym, and new Jumbotron at Lakefront Arena. The program got a full branding reset and is now integrated into the LSU system. But it ain't just about wins and losses for Master P. His emphasis is on mentorship with Bible verses posted in the locker room, and a focus on life skills beyond the court. He understands something that a lot of coaches miss. These young bulls need more than basketball fundamentals. They need somebody who's been through the fire and can guide them safely to the other side. The team season tipped off in November 2025 with an exhibition win over Sacramento State on October 18th, pulling celebrities like Shaquille O'Neal and Mike BBY to witness the new era. Master P.'s vision goes way beyond the basketball court, though. He wants to boost enrollment, community pride, and youth development in New Orleans. In a move that captures a community-first philosophy, he personally funded tickets for 4,000 middle schoolers to attend games, planting seeds in young minds that might one day grow into college dreams. He even reached out to Lil Wayne and J. Cole for potential performances to help with recruitment, using his entertainment connections to bring attention to a program that had been slept on for too long. Has there been hate? Of course. Some folks online question his qualifications, pointing out his lack of a college degree, but supporters counter that his business savvy and community ties are exactly what the program needs. Not another career coach, but a visionary who knows how to build something from nothing. Now, here's where the story gets interesting. Remember that final retirement from music? Well, Master P might have bent that rule just a little bit. On October 25th, 2025, the same night as the Versus battle against Cash Money, he dropped a surprise album. It wasn't a full comeback. It was Master P doing what he's always done, showing up when it matters most. This selective approach suggests that while his days of regular album releases are a wrap, Master P will continue to slide through for high-impact moments that move the culture. He ain't retired from relevance. He's just picking his spots more carefully now. So, what does Master P.'s empire look like in 2025? His net worth is estimated at $200 million, stacked through decades of diversification that would make any business school professor give him props. Beyond the music royalties still flowing from No Limit's legendary catalog, his built wealth through Uncle P.S. Spice brand, real estate holdings through PM Properties, partial ownership of wrestling promotion House of Glory, investments in various consumer products and entertainment ventures. He has also served as New Orleans entertainment ambassador, using his platform to put on for the city that shaped him, and that he in turn helped put on the map. His philanthropy includes P. Miller Youth Centers and financial literacy initiatives targeting at-risk youth. Master P passing down the knowledge that transformed his own life to young folks who might never have access to it otherwise. Perhaps the realest measure of Master P.'s impact isn't what he accomplished. It's who he put on game for. Nipsey Hussle openly cited No Limit as inspiration for his own independent approach to the music industry. The ownership model that Master pioneered, keeping your masters, retaining control, using major label infrastructure without surrendering your autonomy, became the blueprint that modern independents like Quality Control have followed to build their own empires. In 2020, the No Limit Chronicles docuseries premiered on BET, putting a new generation onto just how revolutionary Master's approach really was. The 5-part series traced No Limit's evolution from a trunk-selling operation to a late 9S powerhouse that dominated the charts while playing by nobody's rules but its own. As IMDb user reviews noted, Master P represented a real boss fought through all obstacles. That documentary also helped spark renewed protest for C Murder's release, showing that even Master P.S. past projects still move the needle in the real world. He was ranked number 28 on Bet's list of most influential rappers, a spot that reflects not just commercial